The Silent Hunter, the unsolved murders that terrorized Maplewood. In the quiet, wooded outskirts of a small American town called Maplewood, life once moved slowly. It was the kind of place where people left their front doors unlocked, where church bells rang on Sundays, and everyone knew everyone's name. But in the summer of 2013, Maplewood became known for something else, something dark, chilling, and unforgettable. A mystery that would haunt the town forever. It began on a humid June evening. Hannah Lee, just 17, had finished her late shift at the local diner. She waved goodbye to her coworkers, grabbed her backpack, and started the short walk home down County Road 8, a path lined with pines and the occasional flicker of porch lights. She never made it home. By morning, her parents called the police. A search party formed quickly, neighbors, volunteers, police dogs. But not a single trace of Hannah was ever found. At first, people hoped she had run away. But deep down, the town of Maplewood knew something far worse had happened. A month later, another girl vanished. Amber Collins, 18 years old. Last seen walking home after a friend's birthday party at the town's edge. The next day, her cell phone was found face down in a puddle near the railroad tracks. That's when the fear began to spread. Families locked their doors. Local stores closed early. Parents no longer let their kids out after dark. But before anyone could make sense of it, another girl went missing. And then another. By the end of that summer, 6 teenage girls were gone. All between 16 and 18. All from the same 2-mile radius. The disappearances shook Maplewood to its core. It wasn't just fear anymore, it was panic. Police presence increased overnight. Patrol cars lined the streets. Detectives from neighboring counties joined in. The FBI even stepped in, classifying it as a potential serial abduction case. Investigators searched abandoned barns, fields, and backroads. Dozens of criminal investigations were launched, but every lead led to a dead end. No fingerprints. No witnesses. No ransom notes. Nothing. It was as if someone, or something, had taken these girls and vanished into thin air. Then, in late October, the first real breakthrough came, though it wasn't the one anyone hoped for. A local fisherman discovered something strange near the Maplewood marsh, about 3 miles outside town. At first, he thought it was an old tarp tangled in the reeds. When he got closer, he saw the outline of a human form beneath burlap. It was Hannah Lee. The next few days brought more grim discoveries. Amber Collins was found 200 yards away. Then the others, each body wrapped in rough burlap, partially submerged near the edge of the marsh. All 6 victims were found within a half-mile radius. All positioned carefully. All showing signs of restraint. Whoever the killer was, they weren't impulsive. They were organized, methodical, and terrifyingly calm. Detectives began connecting dots, and the pattern was chilling. Every girl had disappeared on a stormy night. The killer had waited for the rain to fall, to wash away evidence, footprints, and scent trails. The FBI profiler assigned to the case suggested that the killer likely lived nearby. Someone familiar with the terrain, maybe even part of the search teams. He knew where to hide, when to strike, and how to leave no trace. Locals started calling him the Silent Hunter. As the media descended on Maplewood, the once peaceful town became a circus of reporters, cameras, and satellite vans. True crime podcasts and YouTube creators speculated wildly. Some claimed the killer was a drifter. Others believed he was a lifelong resident hiding in plain sight. Police questioned more than 150 people. A few suspects emerged, a local handyman, a truck driver, even a retired police officer. But no evidence ever linked anyone to the murders. The cold case files kept growing thicker. And the town's hope grew thinner. In 2014, the case took another strange turn. A woman named Carla Jennings reported seeing a man standing at the edge of the marsh one foggy night. Tall. Wearing dark clothing. Not moving, just watching. When police arrived, there was no one there. But they did find fresh footprints in the mud. Men's size 11. The prints led toward the water, and then stopped. As if the person had simply disappeared into the mist. No one was ever identified. Years passed. Maplewood tried to move on, but it never really did. The high school built a small memorial for the 6 victims. People left flowers and candles every year on the anniversary of Hannah's disappearance. Still, every time the wind howled through the marshes, or the fog rolled in from the woods, people whispered the same thing. The silent hunter is still out there. Some residents say they still see lights moving in the marsh at night. Others swear they've seen a figure, tall, motionless, just standing among the reeds. It's never clear who or what they saw. But one thing is certain, the killer who took 6 teenage girls from this tiny American town was never caught. To this day, the Maplewood murders remain one of America's most eerie unsolved mysteries, a haunting reminder that even in the quietest places, darkness can live next door. And somewhere out there, the silent hunter still knows what he did. And he's never been found. If this story chilled you to the bone, and you want more true crime stories, cold case files, and unsolved mysteries that leave you questioning everything you thought you knew, subscribe to Crime True Mysteries. Because every story here is real. Every case is cold. And every truth is darker than fiction.